Hello, welcome. My name is George Ethan Cox. Welcome to this live broadcast brought to you by Wilkes Recovery Revolution and Yoga with George Ethan. I call my classes Yoga for Wellness, as we all are striving continually to reach our best form of wellness each day, either through yoga or better nutrition or any other practices that could serve us in our daily lives. Today, we are going to be discussing the concept of creating balance for ourselves using yin and yang as a tool to help guide us. I'm going to share a bit more about where it comes from, why why I am choosing this topic to focus on this month, and what it can be used, how it can be used to be incorporated in our lives. And don't think that we're not doing any yoga today. We will definitely be practicing. So make sure you do have a yoga mat, block, and blanket available to you so we can encompass ourselves fully in today's practice. But as always, I log in a little bit early. That way I can provide opportunity for everyone who wishes to practice to get ready and prepared. And I do have one announcement as well. Excuse me. Announcement. Starting next week, I'm going to be performing my live feeds starting at 10 a.m. So that will be starting November the 5th. I will be doing my live stream for yoga at 10 a.m. every Saturday morning instead of 9. So just be mindful whenever you're making your plans, if you are available that morning, that I will not be performing live at 9, but we'll start at 10 in focus of the daylight savings that is coming. So just be ready, and I just figured I'd let you know. But of course, if you have any questions about that or any time changes, or if you're concerned about not being able to make it to any of these classes, just know these are recorded. They are available to you on Wilkes Recovery Revolution's Facebook page or my Facebook page, Yoga with George Ethan, at any time, any day. Just come back whenever is most convenient for you. Providing a few more moments until we get started here. Again, this is going to be about creating balance, so just be ready. I hope wherever you are who is viewing this morning, I hope you're having a good morning, that you're waking up, that you got your gears turning. If not, this will be a good class for you. It's going to be a good part of a little lecture, but mostly movement today. So just be ready to wiggle around and move and make some motions today. Our bodies, as they say, are a temple. So we want to treat them with love and kindness as we move today. And just make sure you have something that you like to move around in on today. And bring a block or a book, because some of the poses, they can be seen as advanced, but the point of the block is to make sure you're fully prepared. There's my link if you wanted to follow my webpage. And of course, wellness news. Classes are exclusively online. Oops. And classes. And one more announcement here. Classes will be held exclusively online until next spring. Next week begins the classes starting at 10 a.m. Just figured I'd post that there. All right, it's time to get started. Welcome to Yoga for Wellness workshop, Creating Balance Through Yin and Yang. We're going to take our time for finding our breath first thing. So right away, find a place that's nice and comfortable. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Find length in the spine. Exhale it out. Inhale in, nice long deep breath. Find energy rising through the front body. As you exhale, find release in the back body. Grounding down through the sitting bones. Breathe deep, inhale. Fill up the belly and then the heart space. Exhale out through the nose. Soften the brow. Breathe in, a couple more breaths, nice and deep. Notice your breath. Exhale it out. Nice, long, beautiful breaths. Last one, all together. Deep breath in through the nose. Long breath out. All right, you may open your eyes. Awesome. Welcome to Creating Balance Through Yoga. This is a little presentation I created to help guide us through today. Our itinerary for today is why practice yin and yang. We're going to, right after that, dive right into the yang portion, which is a bit more active. So it's good to wake up the body and to get the juices flowing. Then we'll have a little break. Then we'll talk about the yin-yang history and differences, the benefits of balance. One more break, and then we go for the fun part, the yin practice and balancing postures. There are 3 breaks in this class today. Now that is tentative, depending on how the flow goes. So just a reminder, if you need to take a break at any given portion of today's workshop, please, by all means. This is going to be recorded, and you can rewind the video at any given point. So I just wanted to let you know that it's available to you. That way it can be incorporated at any given point in your day. So we're going to dive right on in. We're going to say into the why yin and yang. So according to Eckhart Yoga, yin-yang yoga blends 2 styles of yoga into one practice, bringing together the benefits of the passively holding yoga poses with the more dynamic sequences and standing postures. Yin and yang are the Taoist concepts which describe the 2 relative qualities presented in everything. Yin is internal, passive, cooling, and downward, whereas yang is more external, dynamic, warming, and upward. So notice how we just had my meditation. Inhale, noticing the energy rise in the front body. Exhale, energy going down the back body. That's a form of balance that is going to be used not just in yoga, but something you can use to help with posture and also to be applied with your daily energies. So when the yin and yang is applied to yoga, yin is a slower practice that is meant to be acted passively and held for longer periods of time, and it works for a more deep tissue connective mind-body connection, and it helps with bringing balance in the joints in the body. And yang is, in contrast, it refers to a more active practice, and it works the muscles and blood flow. It builds strength, stamina, and flexibility. Yang styles of yoga are those with rhythm and repetition, like a vinyasa flow. So that's the more traditional type of yoga whenever you are practicing the yang version. So with that being said, we are to get our bodies moving, get us warmed up. We're going to jump right on in and practice a little yang. But one more thing to know, why do we need yin and yang? Yin and yang is the ancient Chinese philosophy that reminds us that balance is the key to prosperity. By balancing out the opposing but complementary forces of yin and yang in our modern lives, we can achieve more vibrant and sustainable health. Who wouldn't want that, right? So, with that being said, yin yang, the ancient symbol of harmony, reminds us that life is a balancing act and most fulfilling when we learn to embrace its dualities, the ups and downs, good times and bad, and joys and challenges. So, life is going to have good times and bad times. Life is all about what you bring to the table. And when bad times come, just know good times are coming too, and vice versa. So, having learned to accept these moments, good or bad, for what they are, just know that it's all within the balance. And once you are out of balance, you can actually find that things can get a little out of hand. So, we have to constantly focus and be mindful of how we're positioning ourselves in life, with how are we in balance or out of balance, and notice things that can change. And these yoga practices can help bring you into the proper mindset to help bring you balance in your life. All right, so let's get this party started with a bit of yang yoga. Practice time. Roll out your yoga mats if you haven't already, and I will meet you on mine here in just a second. All right, my friends, we're going to start right away on our hands and knees. So have your yoga mat, or make sure you're on a comfortable surface. Have your fingers spread nice and wide. We're going to start on all fours, our tabletop position. Excuse me just a second. I'm getting wired up for today. All right, so remember, yang, and bring the mindfulness to the practice. Move with love. Yang practice is strengthening the muscles, energizing the body, helping you feel alive and able to move. So we're going to take a deep breath in through the nose. Find length in the body, have the crown to tailbone connection, and all throughout the spine, just be mindful of your spine and where it's placed as we go forward. Find a nice neutral spine here. Make sure your wrists are directly underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. To warm up, we're going to give ourselves a little cat-cow. So inhale, drop your bellies, look forward. Waking up the spine. Exhale, round the spine through, arch your back, tailbone reaches towards the floor, drop your head. Inhale, drop your belly, look forward, heart open. Tailbone reaches towards the sky. Exhale, round it through, nice and slowly here, take your time. You might notice a little pop and crack every now and then. That's normal. That means your body's waking up. And one more set. Inhale, drop your bellies. On through those fingertips, press your heart forward. Exhale, navel draws in towards the spine as you draw up, as you bring your back to arch towards the sky. Awesome, neutral spine. Make sure your placement of your hands are directly underneath your shoulders here. And we are going to take a deep breath in. Long breath out. And on your next inhale in, press into the tops of your feet and hover. Your knees gently away from the mat. Waking up the abdominals. Noticing a little heat, bringing in some tapas into our practice. Breathe, breathe, breathe. You got this. We're going to go for 3 breaths. That's 1. Breathe in. Exhale, 2. 1 more. We'll do a lion's breath. That's our 3rd exhale. Inhale in. Lion's breath out. And lower. Awesome work. So go from here. We're going to go ahead and curl our toes under. Bring your hips towards your heels. Press into your palms. Claw into those fingertips. And we're going to lift our hips, peeling them slowly up towards the sky. We'll meet in our downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Reaching one heel down and the other. Again, be mindful. This portion of class is going to be more heated. You're going to feel a lot of energy. So just be focused on the breath if this seems intense. Bring yourself back to the breath and move with loving kindness here. Just because this is an energetic practice doesn't mean it can't be loving. Awesome work. All right, so plop your heels down. We're going to inhale, kick the right foot up high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, kick that right foot back up. And then exhale, knee to nose. One more time, arch the back, look forward, and plant that front foot. Drop the back heel. We got our first low lunge of the practice here, so make sure that your front knee is above your front ankle. Adjust if you need to. Have a proper foundation before we move forward, okay? So with that heel, we can either, if you're feeling strong enough, you can use your abdominals to pull in and sweep your arms up, or if you need something a little simpler here, you can use your knee to press up and have your palms rest on your thigh here. But if you're comfortable, we're going into half warrior here. Having your heart lift, inhale. Exhale, let the energy roll down your shoulders. Notice your foundation. You want to be right above your pelvis. Your heart above your pelvis, your head over your heart. Pull your thumbs back. Awesome work. Exhale, float your arms outward. You're in a half warrior 2 here. Now there's several options of things that you could do here. Now you can go into, you could stay in warrior 2 if you like. If you wanted to go with half extended side angle, you can press your right elbow into your right thigh here and swoop your arm up. Or you can have your right arm rest onto the mat or block here. Bow and arrow your left hand up for a twist. And then exhale, place that left hand down. Place your left hand into the center of the mat to the left of your left foot. And then bow and arrow your right hand for a twist. Awesome. Exhale, raining that hand down. Now take your back foot here and imagine the lower half of your left leg turning counterclockwise a quarter turn. So we are in a form of gay pose. And you can extend that right foot out long, having the foot flat on the ground or mat, and walking your hands to the right. So your left hand, to your left. Your left hand is rested on the mat. You can do this is another variation of an extended side angle. You can place your left hand onto the mat. You can inhale, reach your right hand up high, like so. Keeping focus on the foot being placed on the mat. You want to press into that pinky toe. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Open the heart. Exhale up and over. Pull the thumb back. Open the heart space. You got this. A couple more breaths. And then exhale, bring your hand down. Walk yourself back up to center. Then bring your right knee back to center. So go ahead and take a moment. You can wiggle your wrists out for a little wrist love here. Give yourself a little wrist stretch after those down dogs. I do apologize. I might sound a little nasally today. I think my sinuses are acting up. But you're sticking with me, and I do appreciate that. With that said, we're going to move on to the other side. So, back to all fours. Maybe do a cat and cow in between if you need. We're going to curl the toes under, lift the hips up high. Breathe in and out. Breathe in, lift the left leg up high. Right ankle anchored down. Exhale, knee to chest. Arch that shoulder. Inhale, lift that left leg up high once more. Exhale, knee to chest, look forward, and plant that front foot and drop the back knee. Inhale, swoop your arm forward, up and back. Pull the thumbs back. Half warrior one. Breathe. And then exhale, open out wide to warrior two. Now you could even do a peaceful warrior here, half peaceful. So reach forward, flip the palm up and over. Or heart open. And then swoop that down. You can place your left palm on the mat or your left elbow on your left knee. Extended side angle. Or twist. And then place your right hand down this time, and then we're going to switch. The left hand up high. Waking up the body, bringing life into our bodies this morning. And exhale, release. Turn your back foot a quarter turn clockwise to walk your hands to center. Extend that left foot this time. Awesome. So we're going to lift up, so we're supported by our hips here in our abdominals. Place your right hand to your right. Now, if this isn't organic, you can put a block right here under where your right hand would be placed. And with extended side angle, bow and arrow style, lift up. Breathe. You're doing great, my friends. Breathe deep. And then inhale in. Exhale over your head. Your arm goes. Pull the thumb back. Nice full body stretch. Think of your left fingers all the way down to your left toes. If you want, you can lean your arm back and go wild thing. Imagine an angel pulling your left hand back up. We're back into gate warrior two. And then we can place your hands down in front of you. Bring your knees back to center. Awesome work. Cat and cow if you want to. If not, we're going to meet in downward facing dog. Awesome work. Inhale, kick the right foot up high. Exhale, bring your knee to left elbow. Give it a little kiss. Inhale, lift right leg up high. Exhale, knee meets to the right elbow this time. Press into your palms. Claw into the fingertips. Inhale. Exhale, bring your knee into your chest, look forward, and then plant that front foot. Now you might do a micro hop up to the halfway or a third way forward with your back leg. Find your grounding here. Squeeze your thighs into the midline. When you're ready, use your abdominals. Inhale, swoop your arms forward, up and back. Pull the thumbs back here, my friends. Bend that front knee, keep it over your front ankle. Feeling alive, we are awake in Warrior One. Awesome work. Inhale in. Energy rises in the front body. Exhale, shoulders relax, and your arms fall out to each side to Warrior Two. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Remember keeping that back foot angled and your toes pressing into the mat. Inhale, reach forward. Rotate the palm, drop the back hand, exhale up and over, peaceful warrior. Keep that front knee bent. Inhale, exhale, cartwheel all the way down. Plant left palm. Inhale, reach right arm up towards the sky for a twist. Exhale, let it down. Inhale, hop the back foot up to meet the front. We're going to inhale, halfway lift. Find a length in the neck. Exhale, fold. Now take a moment, inhale, shake your head yes. Exhale, shake your head no. One more halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. And root your eyes. Inhale. We will meet in Tadasana, our standing mountain pose. Take a moment to notice how you feel. You guys are amazing. You are my heroes for being here today. Thank you for showing up. And I'm sorry if you cannot see my head. But have no fear. It'll be okay. Inhale, swoop the arms up. Trust yourself. Now we're going to guide our right foot back and angle it, quarter turn, or actually an eighth of a turn to the right. Bend that front knee, and ta-da, we are in Warrior One. Keeping your hands nice and wide like you're carrying a beach ball here. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And then we exhale out. Arms out, reach out long. We are in Warrior Two. Breathe here. Focus along the path beyond your pointer finger. Pinkies back. Reach forward, flip that front palm, inhale. Exhale, drop the back palm up and over, peaceful warrior. What brings you peace, my friends? You could wrap that back on the arm that's down around your lower back. Or maybe get a bind. Exhale, cartwheel down or twist. Plant that left hand, reach up the right. Exhale, let it rain down. Now plant your right hand in for a twist. Inhale, lift the left hand up high. Exhale, rain it down. All right, here's where a little cardio comes to play. Plant your palms and curl your fingertips in. Inhale, lift the left leg up high. Exhale, left knee meets right elbow. Your downward dog. Inhale, or three-legged dog. Inhale, lift that left leg up. Exhale, knee to left elbow. One more time, you got this. This is the last one. Inhale, lift that left leg up high. Rotate that ankle. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lift that leg up high, and then place it down for downward dog. Now we're going to walk our feet up a hair, walk our hands back a hair. We're going to inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your hands up high. Heart's beating, we're alive. And now listen closely. Your feet are hip width distance apart. Exhale, lower your hips. Just lower your hips down and back. Keep lowering, lowering, lowering. Hands still lifted. Keep them balanced, and now you can bring your hands up forward like you're holding a beach ball in front of you. We are in chair pose. Da-da-da-da-da. Heart's beating. You're like, George, what's going on? This is a lot of heat. I wasn't ready for this morning. It's okay. This is what tapas is. This is what the yang flow is about. Breathe deep. Keep following your breath. Exhale. Relax the shoulders. Bring your beach ball to your left. Inhale in. Exhale out. You got this, my friends. Crown to tailbone connection. Breathe. Exhale back to center. Right side. Bring your beach ball to the right this time. I know your thighs are quaking and you're awake now. You got this, though. Breathe, breathe. And then back to center. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, hands to heart. Bring yourself back to your center. Now, I'm in the center of my mat. I'm going to step my feet out wide, just a little bit more than hip width distance. And we're going to inhale, lift our hearts, our hands are in center, and begin to bend the knees. Tailbone drops. We're dropping nice and low. Drop it low. Dropping. And you're going to hear bells and whistles. You're like, George, what's going on? We're going to keep going, and then we are in frog pose. Yes. You're finding opposition here. This is a form of balance that we're going to come back to later. So your knees are pressing into your elbows. Your hands are pressing into one another. Your tailbone's reaching down. Your crown of your head is reaching up. You're finding opposition. Press into those parts in your hands and in your legs here. And if this isn't comfortable to you, you can have a block under your hips or place your hands down. Now, some of you, if you want to experiment with crow pose, you can. If not, when you're ready, have a seat. Back down. You made it through the yang flow. Hardest part, my friends. We're going to do one more pose, and then we'll move forward with the lecture and the break. So we're seated on our mats here. I want you to lay your backs down. You can hold onto your thighs. We're going to do a bridge pose. So bridge pose. Why is this in yang flow? A bridge, however, it's also a restorative posture. It also works the legs and the glutes. So press into your mats here. Lift your glutes and hips off the mat, pressing into the mat. Being mindful of the muscles that are working, your heart pumping. Breathe. Squeeze those glutes. Maybe your hands interlace behind your hips. You can press into the mat here. You got this. A couple more breaths here. Your hips raising up. You want to think your tailbone is reaching towards your kneecaps. Your chest is reaching towards your chin, and your chin slightly towards the sky. Breathe. And unleash the hands. Exhale, relax down. Go ahead and windshield wiper the legs one side, another. Give yourself a hug here. We're beginning to transition into the yang part. So before we actually do the yang, this is just a little preview of what yang is like, is self-love, taking more time with the postures, and resetting. All right, roll over to your favorite side. Roll all the way back up to seated. Get back into your learning squares. So we're going to get back into our lecture here in a second. So excuse me while I move my computer. Thank Thank you for sticking by me for that brief little yang part. And that's practice part 1. Let's see. Thank you for. I hope that actually woke you up a little bit. So because that was a little bit more vigorous to start, I will give you an opportunity to take a break before we get into the history. So take 5 minutes for yourself. We'll be back. It's 9:30, so give yourself 5 minutes to get water, to find your needs and reset, and then get your thinking caps on. We're going to be learning a bit more about the history of yin and yang. I thought it was a good idea to start off with yang to wake you up, to make you feel alive, and then take a step back. We'll learn, and we'll have a nice, chill conclusion at the end. So just take a little breather, and I'll see you guys around 9:35. Okay. Okay, welcome back. We are going to move straight on into our next portion. And I did put on a little meditation music in the background just for atmosphere's sake. So if it's too loud, just let me know, okay? All right, so let's get into the origins of yin and yang. So we are going to worldhistory.org/yin. Let's see. Excuse me while I have a little technical situation here. I'm going to share my screen. Technical difficulties. There we go. No. Here we go. All right. That can be seen okay. All right, I think we're good. There we go. The principle of yin and yang, according to worldhistory.org, the principle of yin and yang is that all things exist as inseparable and contradictory opposites. For example, female, male, dark, light, and old, young. The pairs of equal opposites attract and complement each other. The principle dates from the 3rd century BCE or even earlier and is a fundamental concept of Chinese philosophy, Chinese medicine, and culture in general. According to worldhistory.org, the yin and yang symbol illustrates each side has its core and element of the other, represented by the small dots, as you see here. Neither pole is superior to the other, and as an increase in one brings the corresponding decrease in the other, a correct balance between the two poles must be reached in order to achieve harmony. So, where does yin and yang come from? Well, according to this, the origin is the concept. The origin became popular with the work of the Chinese school of Yin Yang, which studied philosophy and cosmology in the 3rd century. The principal proponent of the theory was cosmologist Zhao Yan, or Zhao Yin, who believed that life went through 5 phases, or the waxing stage: fire, water, metal, wood, and earth, which continuously interchanged according to the principle of yin and yang. This brings us to an important point here. Switching over back to the presentation. Yin. So this is the differences between yin and yang. Yin has feminine energy where yang has masculine. Yin is internal and yang is external. So let's go ahead and focus on where we were focusing on yang with the external energy. So your body had to move, and you had to focus on how your body's moving in order to be safe and also to work the most. So yang is associated with the external moving energy that is more of a flow rather than just more yielding, where you see next in the yin versus the yang. So yin is more yielding, where yang is dominating. Yin is associated with nurture. Yang is initiating. Yin is the negative aspect, where yang is positive. Yin and yang is literally night and day. Yin is passive, where yang is active. Yin is moon, where yang is sun. Yin intuitive, yang logical. Cold and hot, soft and hard. So polar opposites, right? Well, as you mentioned, as was mentioned in the world history, they're complements of each other. They support one another, and they are equal parts of each other, and you can't have one without the other. In contrast, so like for example, if you had warm for associated with yang, like if there was no cold to contrast it to, it would just be. it's not that you can't have anything to contrast it with, and there's no balance. So you can't have warm without the cold, just for example. Going back to reading about the mythology and religion of this, in Chinese mythology, yin and yang were born from chaos when the universe was created, and they were believed to exist in harmony at the center of the earth. During the creation, their achievement of balance was in the cosmic egg, allowed for the birth of Panju, the first human. In addition, the first gods, Fuxi and Nuwa and Shenong, were both born from yin and yang. In Chinese religion, the Taoists favor yin, while Confucianists favored yang, in keeping with prime focus of both their respective philosophies. The Taoists emphasized reclusion, while Confucianists believed that the importance of life is engagement. So there's all kinds of cool things on the internet about the history of yin and yang. That was just a crash course. But through and through, there are many perspective reasons to learn more about it, and many perspective reasons as to notice the differences. So here's some benefits of learning yin and yang yoga. I'll start with the yang, since that's what we were looking at earlier. So yang yoga develops strength and flexibility, releases chronic tension, calms restless thoughts, supports mental clarity, improves circulations, releases toxins, and encourages self-acceptance. So I started with the yang yoga, really basically just to wake us up, to release tension, to calm restless thoughts. It's easy to allow yourself to get into your head. And so whenever you're practicing yang, you can't help but kind of release that. You are so focused on strengthening, you're so focused on the breath and movement that your body is it's not overthinking so much, as it mentions calming restless thoughts and supporting mental clarity. That's why I had yang first, so then we could do the lecture after that. I totally planned it that way. Sorry, I was a little proud of myself there. But with that being said, just know that in contrast, and we'll get to this next, yin yoga calms and balances the mind and body. It reduces the stress and anxiety with help within. It increases circulation, improves flexibility, releases the fascia, and improves the joint mobility. If you don't know what the fascia is, it's the lining of the body. And it balances the internal organs. It improves the flow of chi or prana. We'll get into that later. So basically, you can't appreciate one without the other. They both have their own forms of stress relief. They both have their own form of recharging in the body, and they have their own benefits. Whenever I'm feeling like blah or down or negative, I always go towards yang yoga to lift my heart rate, to find inner strength, and to realize what is strong about myself. And whenever I need overworked, or whenever I'm overwhelmed, have a lot going on, yin yoga is good is good for calming the body and find a mental and internal reset. But moving onward, it's practice time for yin yoga. So go ahead and roll your mats back out. Yin yoga is going to be a lot more floor focused. So we want to, I don't think we're really going to need the blocks so much here, but go ahead and grab one if you don't have it available. I mean, if you don't have it already near you. And give me just a second to set up, okay? All right, I'm going to put that aside. Welcome back to your mats. So for this yin practice, go ahead and stick your feet about as wide as your yoga mat. For the sake of showing the video, I'm facing you. You're going to windshield wiper your legs, nice and slowly. Whenever we get into these postures moving forward, we're going to hold them for a little longer than we did with the other ones. So just be mindful. This is the massage your hips from that work earlier. Find a little ease. Take your time. And when you're ready, we're going to lower all the way down. We're going to start from the ground and move our way up to seated in a minute. So first, give yourself a big hug. Hug your knees in. And whenever you breathe here, try to dig inward. Try to look inward. Bring your attention inward into the body, into the mind and spirit. And relax it out. Rest your feet flat on the mat. Grab a block if you haven't already. And we're going, in contrast with our previous sprint pose, which was for strengthening, this will be a supported one. So place your block underneath your hips. Lift your hips up. Now there's several levels to your block. You can have it flat or you can have it on the short edge for leveling. And simply have your hands rest on the mat. And we're going to, again, sit here for a few minutes versus just a moment or two. So breathe and find ease with each passing breath. Find your breaths getting longer. Find yourself sinking into your mat or your mat rising up to meet you. Keep breathing. Nice long breaths. And when you're ready, go ahead and remove the block from underneath you. Gently roll your body down, fully up to the mat. All right, up next we'll do supine twist. Have your arms in the cactus. Lift your knees up, and your back should be entirely flush with your mat. Go ahead and rotate your ankles one way and another. Inhale in. Exhale, relax your legs to your left. Supine twist. Maybe use your left hand to hold your right leg, and maybe take your gaze to your right. Breathe here for a few moments. Find release. Breathe through your belly. Find ease, my friends. You want to keep both shoulders nice and grounded on the mat. Relax your shoulders with each exhale. Release tension with each breath. Getting more and more relaxed, finding more calm. Noticing how you feel. A few more moments on this side. Right, inhale, knees to center, nice and slow. Now, with your hands in cactus, lay your legs over to the right, nice and gentle. And then bring your gaze over to your left, using your right palm to support your legs. Keeping your left arm in cactus, gaze to your left for a full body experience. Breathe through the belly. Nice, long, deep breaths. Both shoulders grounded fully onto the mat. And also, if that's not enough for you, you can always cross your legs if you want a little more twist. You can tell right away the differences between the Yang practice before and the Yin practice here. We hold these postures for longer periods of time, focusing more in on the sensation of breathing and relaxation versus the strengthening and finding flow in our bodies. This practice is awesome for your joints and overall well-being mentally and spiritually. Find gratitude in each posture. Find ease. Find love. Also, while holding these postures, if you notice something like your tongue being stuck to the roof of the mouth, try to relax it down and away from it. Allow your jaw to relax, forehead and brow. One more breath here, my friends. Breathe deep. And we release, bringing your knees back into center. Give yourself a hug. And then we roll onto our favorite side. And then we go knees on all fours. So, hands and knees on the mat. We're going to go ahead and lift our right knee off the ground, our right leg. As you can see, peek if you need to. Bring your knee to chest and cross that leg in front of you. Now, I'm presenting the opportunity to have a lock underneath your hips here for a little support because this is going to be held for a little longer. So this is pigeon pose, where you can either have your head stay lifted here. There's several options. You can have pigeon or prayer. You can even lift your back foot and see if you can grab it, if you like. options galore. Or, for the sake of yin, relaxation, you can lower to the floor, maybe grab a pillow, or you can rest your head on your arms. Find a place of stillness and breathe deep. We're holding this pose for 2 minutes. So as you go on, just continue breathing deeply. Breathe into your hips here and find ease with each exhale. Allow yourself permission to relax. All right, unravel. Scoot your back knee forward a little bit. And take your right knee. We're back on all fours and we're going to switch sides. Okay, lift that left leg. Bring that knee to chest and cross it over. Now we're in our pigeon pose, other side. Again, opportunity presents itself. Bring yourself a block for support underneath the hip. And again, there are several opportunities. You can keep your hand lifted. You can go into peaceful pigeon. You can go into reverse peaceful pigeon where you put your hands behind your back. Or you can even have archer arms here if you wish. Eagle arms. Again, if you want to, you can reach around and grab your foot. But for the sake of yin, you can find yourself fully relaxed forward and fold. We'll do 3 minutes on this side. Breathe deep. Breathe into the hips. Make sure your hips are aligned with one another. Toes staying active. Remain mindful and notice what comes up into your mind here. And instead of allowing that to fester without judgment, just let it go. Each passing breath is like a wave crashing on the ocean. Breathe in together. Sigh it all out. Keep breathing deep. One more minute, my friends. You're doing amazing. Inhale, lift yourself back up. Curl your toes under in the back and unravel. Right. We're going to find ourselves in a seat and we're going to meet in staff pose. So legs nice and long in front of you, toes active. We're going to hold this one for 3 minutes as well. Again, these are held longer. Yin practices tend to last longer than Yang ones because they are less intense and more focused on allowing your body to reset and relax and for you to look inward. Focusing in on your breath, you'll be able to access more into intuition here. So for 3 minutes, we're going to inhale, swoop our arms up. Exhale, bring them down forward to a stretch. Your hands can be on your thighs, your shins, or even your feet. Maybe you can grab a strap if you need. But make sure that your toes are nice and active and reaching towards your firm forehead here. Be natural with where you are. Maybe you find some organic movements, swaying your head side to side, finding a nice stretch in the shoulders. Incorporate your breath into the belly and heart. Your knees don't need to be perfectly straight. A micro bend is okay. In fact, a little bit more of a bend is okay. It's not trying to fit the perfect posture or position. It's about noticing the sensations. Close your eyes if you wish, or gaze past the bridge of your nose. Continuing to breathe deep and notice where your body is meeting the mat. And imagine the mat rising to meet your body. You are supported, my friend. All right, roll it up. Nice and gently. We're going to go into cow legs. You can either go from all fours to cross, or you can simply lean back, bring your left leg under first, and your right over. So the knees traditionally are usually stacked for cow posture, but They don't have to be. It depends on where you are with your practice. And like with pigeon, we could have several variations. We can have our eagle arms here, and we can practice lifting and lowering, but that's a more of a active posture. So for the sake of yin practice this go around, you can stay in prayer, with cow legs, or you can simply fold forward over the legs. Or one last one, you can experiment with archer arms, having a nice straight back, nice long spine. Give it 2 to 3 minutes here. It all depends on where you are. If you experience any pain whatsoever, please ease off. This is not a practice meant for pain. It's a practice meant to look inward. So it could be simple as just loosening your legs just a hair. Instead of practicing with archer arms, you may want to go into a prayer variation. And if you're folded and you need support, you can also use your block. Just here for a few more moments, friends. All right, unravel. You can swap again from seated, or you can go from all fours, what have you, whichever works best for you. All right, cow legs, this is a variation. Let's go. Inhale nice and long. Keep your toes active. We're going to stay here for 3 minutes, so pick a variation that works best for you. And see if you can hold that stillness for 3 minutes here. 10:08, so I'll catch y'all at 10:11. Just a few more moments here in this position, my friends. as things come up, remember, find ease, follow your breath, always return to your breath. And we'll walk ourselves back up. If you are folded forward, unravel. And we are moving to cobbler's pose. So feet together, knees nice and wide, heart lifted. This is bound angle pose. It's also known as bound angle pose. Now you can do, my main variation, of course, is just the half seated. You can also have a reclined version. Give your feet a little massage here. Focus on grounding the thigh bones down towards the mat. Find an inward smile. And if this isn't comfortable or natural to you, you can always sit on a pillow or a block. You want to focus on being able to elongate the spine. Sometimes it takes time, especially if you're a beginner. One more minute here, my friends. Keep your heart lifted. All right. We're going to do a few more twists, then a happy baby, and then we'll conclude the yin part of our practice today. So take your legs out long, cross your right foot over the left knee, hook your left arm over the right knee. Place your right hand behind you. Inhale, lift your heart space, and exhale, look to your right. A few moments. It's really great for opening the hips here. Finding release. If it gets too intense, it's okay to ease off a little bit. Breathe deep, finding length. Another variation is you can use your elbow to press. Keep your arm long. That's more of a spinal twist versus this being more of a hip opener here. All right, switch sides. Cross the other leg over. Hook your right arm this time. Give yourself a little twist. Breathe deep. Give yourself 1 or 2 more minutes, okay? Really focus in on elongating the spine, maintaining the posture, being being mindful, breathing in lots of love and exhaling lots of love. Finding an inward smile. Just another minute, my friends. You're doing great. And unwind. All right. So go ahead and lay down. We're going to meet on our backs in happy baby pose. So grab your thighs to roll back. Take your peace fingers, grab onto your big toes. Focusing on elongating your tailbone down to the bottom short edge of your mat. Both heels raising up, toes nice and active. Both shoulders grounded. You want to bend your elbows slightly. Now, we want to stay in this position for a nice 2 to 3 minutes here. If you're comfortable, you can wrap your hands around your feet to the outer edges of your feet, heels kicking up. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Keep your toes active, my friends. Breathe into it. And release. Awesome work, my friends. We're going to go ahead and spill our legs out long for the final pose for this yin practice, which is Savasana. I know that's usually saved for the very, very end, but usually Savasana is the best way to conclude a yin practice. So have your arms rested by your side, feet to all the way spilled off your mat. Find stillness and just take stock of where you are and how you feel. Breathe deep, a few breaths. Let the mat support you. You are safe where you are. Just take a few more deep breaths here. We'll transition to the next portion. Bring your awareness back into the space. When you're ready, roll onto your favorite sides. Press yourself back up to seated. And we are going to meet back here. And we made it through this practice, and I thank you for staying with us so far. Pressing on. Take a break. All right, give yourself 5 minutes, and we have balancing postures last. So just give yourself 5, 6, 7 minutes, and we will be back, okay? Hi guys. Okay, so we are going to move into our final portions, which is balancing postures. We're going to start off with tree pose. Let me get everything moved on up. So, tree posture. First things first, you want to make sure that your feet, drop my light, sorry. You want to make sure first that your feet are together, really together. Kind of squeeze into the midline here. This is going to be your foundation. Abdominals like activated. Then you want to start with the right foot. Have a peripheral of a point of view that you want to focus on. For me, it'll be the camera. So and you can look at me if you need to. You can just have your foot off the ground like this and cock your knee to the right. Now, this might be your pose. This might be it, but that's okay. It looks different for everyone. If you're feeling brave, you want to slide your leg up to the shin here. That might be your posture there. And you got your tree pose. And then we want to rise all the way up to full tree pose. And there's several options. You can have your arms lifted like this. You can have it out long. You can have peace arms. Or you can just sway with the wind. And yes, this is the balancing posture. You want to keep grounded on the foot that is on the ground. Focus on all four corners of that foot. Maybe you do need to hold your foot, and that's fine. We hold this, focusing on that center point. For a challenge, you can raise your arms up. You can look up. Keep your gaze up high. While also keeping your foot grounded. Keep a micro bend in that knee. Press into your thigh firmly with your foot and vice versa, but never press your foot into your knee. That's a big no-no. Breathe deep, you got this. Incorporating yin and yang, balance and stillness, and lower that foot down. Awesome. Feeling awake in that left leg now, huh? Shake it out. Right switch, cock that left heel. This might be your posture. You can bring that out to the side. Use your hands to the hips. So keep your hips shining like lights forward and up. And then you can slide that leg up. It can go up to here on the shin, or it can reach all the way up to your thigh. Keep your heart nice and lifted. And keep your focus on keep your focus on a point in front of you. Keep your abdominals activated, heart open wide. Breathe. You might notice your foot slipping. Press into that area. Bring your hands to the heart. Your hands lift towards the sky. Full tree pose. Breathe. And then gently lower that leg. Bring your hands together. Your feet are activated now. They're awake. So we're going to move up to the front shorter edge of the mat here. Feet together, really together. We're going to start with the right leg this time. Bring your left feet just slightly behind you. We're going to see if we want to catch some air. Now that's entirely optional. But you want to focus and micro bend on that right knee. You want to focus your attention to where your right foot touches the mat. Focus your energy into all four corners of that front foot. Maybe that back toe stays on the mat. Maybe it lifts, keeping your toes angled down. Maybe your heart reaches forward and your fingers pull back like airplane arms. You can have them out to the side. Maybe, if you're feeling brave, you can reach up. We are in full warrior three. Lifting that back foot, the heel, keeping mindful. Breathe. Breathe deep, like a big beach ball overhead. And then we exhale, bring it back. This time we give our right knee a hug in, and then we step it out to the back. Maybe it's just on the toes here. Maybe it stays. Stays on the ground. Have your arms in airplane arms here. Maybe you catch some air. You start to tilt forward, keeping that gentle bend in the front knee, focusing all four corners of the feet onto the ground. Use your abdominals, nice neutral spine here. Angle your toes downward. Maybe your arms lift, full warrior three. Abdominal support equal, focus on both hips. Lift. And we bring it back to center. Whew. We're feeling up and awake now. We did some flying. We didn't plan that, did we? But that's a beauty. That's beautiful balancing postures for you right there. And also, we do have a few more here. Let's see. I think I did the fast version, if I'm being honest. But another thing you can do here is a half moon pose, which you can have. We start from triangle, and we have a wide triangle. We cock our hips to the right, and then we bend forward, and our arm walks ahead of our front foot. We can bring our attention up and have that foot facing forward, half moon. Breathe here. You can use your block to support you if you wish. Bring the earth up to you. Make things a little easier for some. Because it might not come as naturally for a lot of you. And then use that hand to guide you back up to standing. Other side here. This is our last balancing posture, our half moon here. And go from triangle, both feet facing one direction. Cock your hip. And then you lift that back foot. You place your hand on your block or floor. You unravel the arm backward. Lifting that back foot up so high. Your abdominals activate, your heart opens. You're supported here. Breathe. And you land back in the center. So we are goddess position. We inhale, lift up. And exhale, bend the knees, bend the elbows. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bend the knees, bend the elbows. One more time. Inhale, lift up. On your toes. Feeling larger than life. And then exhale, bend the knees, bend the elbows. Hands meet center. We lower all the way down to our froggy moves. Finding one more sense of opposition here. You wouldn't think this is a balancing posture, but in a sense it is because you're focusing on oppositions. Lean forward. Bring your toes together. Bring your knees together. We are on our knees. And so with that, I'm going to bring the camera back, focusing towards closer to me. and we just experimented with balancing postures after practicing both Yang and Yin yoga. Notice to yourself, was it easier? Did it make a difference with my balancing? Did this practice today help me understand a bit more about the origins of where Yin and Yang come from? Does it help me understand my own personal form of balance, internally, externally, and whatnot? Just ask yourself these questions. Maybe journal it out. Take time for yourself to really dig in a little deeper. Write out how you feel. Write out what you've noticed, what's come up. Just take that time for you, because everyone's experience with yoga in general is unique. Everyone's form of balance is unique. So remember these things when you're practicing so you can expand in your future practices. And with all that being said, I do notice there are not as many folks today who have been participating, but anybody who comes in later on and comes back to this video, I just want to thank you so much for taking the time for yourself, for showing up for yoga, to take a time for a workshop here so early in the morning in October, to feel awake and alive and to make the most of your morning. With that being said, that concludes the practices for today. So I'm truly humbled and honored to get to share this with you every single weekend. Again, a big announcement. Starting next week, we go back to 10 a.m. classes. So on November the 5th, we'll be doing our classes at 10 a.m. And so with that said, I just want to thank you all one more time for showing up for yourselves, for showing up in support of Wilkes Recovery Revolution, and just thank you so much for being you. You are an awesome human being, and I thank you for being here. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. Happy Halloween to those who celebrate, and I will see you guys again soon. Thanks for tuning in to Yoga with George Ethan, or Yoga for Wellness. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys next time. Till next Saturday.